There were more than a few people taking aim online over the last 24 hours saying this snow wasn't all it was told to us it would be. And so for that, we go to my friend Ben. Ben, what do you make of that? Because in the end, we got sizable snow, 20 inches in Apple Valley, over 16 in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it was an impressive storm, but I think, Janet, when you look at the entire event, this was a 1-2 punch over 3 days. But remember, on Wednesday, it didn't start snowing until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So a lot of folks that didn't have school or maybe had their businesses closed, most of the daylight hours, you're looking outside going, what's going on here, right? Why did we close and it's not, not bad out yet? Well, it was because we expected that lull to happen, and it just lasted a little bit longer than expected. Might have had something to do with some of the lesser snowfall totals that we talked about. These are the totals that we saw. The top total in the state, Taunton, that's out by Marshall in northwestern Lyon County. They got 21 inches of snow. Apple Valley was interesting. There were three separate reports from trained spotters that were between 19 and 20 inches of snow. So that basically verifies that. And also MSP, you might notice 13.4 inches. They just updated their total. But remember, it was a week ago, I think maybe 10 days ago, you and I first started talking about this storm and how big it possibly could have been. We started sharing forecast model data within the newsroom, and it caught on, and people started to think, man, this could be a major event. And it turned out to be pretty big, just not the historic level that models were showing us.
Real talk, were you surprised that it was less than it was, or you thought it was what you thought it would be?
Well, I was surprised initially, when we were talking about it a week ago, how consistent the forecast models were. And we were saying this is so rare to see a major event like this with very little difference in tracks of models for the track, how much snow was expected. And I want to show you one graphic in particular. This is our snow forecast model graphic that has 4 separate models, and they all show snow forecast total for the 3-day event. And this was on Monday. This is the European model. It had Twin Cities getting 19 inches of snow. And we were thinking, is this even possible to get these super high numbers of snow? And you look at the other forecast models, the NAM had 20 inches, GFS had 20 inches of snow, our in-house model had 15. So these high numbers of snow, is this even possible? And then you get up close to the event, you're thinking, yeah, this is certainly possible. But then we saw one little change happen, Jana. Right when we got to, I think it was Tuesday afternoon, we saw the forecast models take a little dip down, and that was the trend. The trend was to forecast down. So we dropped our forecast numbers from 18 inches down to between 10 and 16 inches. And that might have been left out in translation. The drop in numbers is what people think, oh yeah, there's the other shoe dropping, and that's what ended up happening. Most of the Twin Cities metro got between, 12 and 15 inches of snowfall.
Right, so it was right on target, and as you pointed out, Apple Valley got 19-20.
Yeah, it was impressive. There was that one little band that stayed across the southern part of the state, or southern metro, I should say, for a little bit longer, and it just seems, Jana, so far this season, that the South Metro has been getting hit with the highest snowfall totals for whatever reason, and that's just is just how the cards are played out this time.